Hello music techie people. What we're going to look at today is something called reverse reverb. And basically what that is you're adding the reverb tail onto the beginning of a sample or recording. And you do that by reversing the sample and then adding reverb onto it and then re-reversing it so you get the tail at the beginning of the recording. So I've got a sample here opened up and I'll just play it for you.
You walked into my life.
And it's just a woman singing, nothing fancy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to double click on this so it opens up the sample editor window. And then in here I can click on functions and go to reverse. There we go, that's simple. And then I can close this window by clicking sample editor at the bottom. And let's just play that to have a quick listen. Okay, so pretty weird. And then all I'm going to do is go to my inserts on that track and I'm going to go down to reverb. Now I'm going to use Space Designer here. And what I want is quite a long decay, so a long tail onto the reverb. So it sounds quite big, quite grand. And I'm going to go to presets, vocal reverbs, long vocal reverbs, and I found that warm vocal hall, this one here, is really good for this type of thing. But that doesn't mean you can't experiment with the reverb times. Okay, and I'm going to close the Space Designer window and let's just have a listen and check our levels over here on the track. Make sure nothing's jumping around and it's nice and smooth. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do now is bounce that down. So the reverse sample is going to be bounced and interleaved with the reverb. I'm going to loop at the top and I'm going to do this quite a distance after the sample actually finishes. So I get that audio tail right at the end. So let's just have a listen to all of that. Okay, and as you can hear, the decay is taking quite a long time to sort of really fade out, so the envelope's sort of gradually getting less. So I think about 4 is perfect there, and I'm going to click on bounce up at the top right hand side, and we'll call this reverb reverse 1, and I'm going to put it in the folder where I got the original sample. All straightforward, nothing fancy we have to do, and we just click bounce. There we go. If I open up my media library now, there's my, not spelt correctly, reverb reverse, and I'm going to use that and I'm going to drop it in and put it on this extra channel that I've got here, and I'm going to mute this one and let's just have a listen now, and it should be the exact same signal. Okay, perfect. I double click this again and go to functions and reverse. So that's put the decay sound of the tail from the reverb at the beginning now and the original sample right at the end, but I can cut this tail to whatever length I want, so I get this really strange sound at the beginning of the sample. So let's have a listen. You walked into my life. So really classic sort of trancey house audio sample of vocals there that you hear so often, but you can use it on so many different things, and it really gives a sort of unrealistic but quite avant-garde sort of strange vocal effect on these vocals. Let's just listen one more time. You walked into my life. Okay guys, I hope that helps, and that's reverse reverb.